The Red Raiders may not be done targeting a high school center in the 2025 class. In today's video, we'll discuss the name linked to the Red Raiders and if you can expect an official visit here soon to the 806 for said target, as well as another look at the Texas Tech men's basketball roster and if another big makes sense, as well as the Red Raiders officially losing one of their bigs last year to an in-state rival. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast. Hope y'all are having a great week. It should be a fun one heading into summertime. It's a lot of fun. There's still quite a bit of news surrounding both Texas Tech football and Texas Tech men's basketball in the portal. And if you want 100% free updates, this is the place for you. And all you have to do is simply like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. All right, agenda for today's video. We'll discuss the 2025 center first, then we'll look at the roster, and then we'll discuss a departing big from the Texas Tech 2024-2025 roster. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. You can see him on your screen right here. Well, technically, I guess a silhouette of him. It is Ramon Soyoye. He is a center, 6'10", 235. As you can see, he's not ranked. You may be thinking to yourself, RC, what the hell? Why are they going after a guy like this? He is uber raw, people. Think back to the days when Texas Tech was taking on a big, it felt like in every class. That was the likes of Vlad Golden or Russell O, those kind of guys. Like, he is that kind of player. He has only been playing basketball at a high level for 4 years. That's it. Okay, so he is relatively new to the space and really just relatively new to the game. I mean, he's 6'10", 235, and I'll be honest with you, when I saw he was unranked and I saw how tall he was, I was like, all right, let's see if he's got anything. He's got some juice, okay? By no means am I saying he is going to come in, if he did commit to Texas Tech, and make an impact as a day one player. Not saying that at all, but it is interesting that Texas Tech is targeting him and thinking that they are going to add, or at least desire, they have the desire, I should say, to add another big to this 2025-2026 roster. Now, I'll go ahead and show it to you on your screen. You may be thinking, RC, why are you showing me Buzz Williams up at Maryland? Well, if you look to the caption over on the right there, obviously it says photo of Coach Buzz Williams and Ramon Soyoye during a visit over the weekend. Soyoye is a 6'10" center from Blair Academy up in New Jersey. He recently visited Villanova, and he will head to Baylor and Texas Tech next. That's obviously why we're discussing him. I'll put back on your screen his recruiting profile. There's not too much there, but I do have some notes on him that I find very interesting. Again, he's only been playing basketball for 4 years, and it's very clear to him from a quote over on Maryland Terrapins on SI. He actually said, my family handles everything, but I know I'll go to a place at the end of the season that will make me better. I'm looking for a college program that develops me. It's okay if I don't go in and start right away. I can be on the bench, but I'm ready to develop my game to the college level. This whole process is new to me. This is only my 4th year playing basketball, so I'm learning everything along the way. That sounds like a kid that understands what's going on in his process, right? But you look at this, and he's surging up. He played for Anthony Edwards' elite team at the AAU level, and he had a pretty damn good season there. But again, the names and schools that are going after him are obviously Maryland. You have Baylor, Texas Tech, and he's already visited Villanova as well. This is a guy at the end of the day where I don't think he's going to be highly rated at all, but he fits the mold in terms of the profile that Texas Tech and Grant McCasland have proven that they want at the center position. He's long, he's athletic. He's actually a little bit more bulky than some of the guys that they're going after, right? Because you think about the Fedis of the world, you think about the Bamgboyes of the world, the Marial Akuentoks, right? Like those guys are, 6'10" and like 215-ish. He's 235 already, is Soyoye. And he's a guy that I think, again, would not play probably this year meaningful minutes at all, but he would learn and develop and then potentially make an impact for you in the rotation in 2026, 2027. I see the vision here. Am I saying it's going to happen? No, I'm not. But I understand why Texas Tech is targeting him, because from the film I've watched, his basic understanding of basketball right now is be really sturdy in a pick and roll, go get the damn ball when it comes off the glass, and be ready for a lob. Those are 3 key traits that Texas Tech wants at the 5 spot. with Grant McCasland as the head coach. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at the roster as it stands right now. And again, some of y'all have said, oh, I don't really like how you have JT at the 4. Well, I hate to break it to you people. Texas Tech, as it stands right now, wants to play JT Toppin at the 4. Will that be what they do long term? I don't know. But that's what they're doing in terms of the mindset going into this. They want to have JT at the 4. They would have Luke Bamgboye at the starting center spot in this scenario, LeJuan Watts at the 3, Tyeree Bryan at the 2, Christian Henderson at the point guard position. I will tell you right now with just 100% certainty, Texas Tech is nowhere near done adding to this roster, specifically the backcourt. I think they add, if not 1, but 2 more primary ball handlers they feel comfortable with to play alongside Christian Henderson. In an ideal world, it would be 2. There will be at least a minimum of 1, whoever it may be. We've talked about multiple people here on the channel. You can go back and watch their scouting reports, whether it's, Divine U or whether it's Ben Henshaw, right? Like, there's multiple guys Texas Tech is linked to. In an ideal world, you add both of those guys, and then you would add Soyoye to the front court, and that'd probably be a roster, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen because, let's face it, we don't live in an ideal world. But that's the ideal scenario for Texas Tech when it comes to adding to this roster, getting at least 1 or 2 more primary ball handlers to play alongside Christian Henderson, one in a starting capacity, the other off the bench. And then you can finagle your lineups around where you can play JT at the 5 at times. You can play JT and Luke Bamgboye at the same time. You can play LeJuan Watts at the 4 with Luke Bamgboye. You can mix and match, right, and make life difficult on other teams. That's the ideal scenario. But right now, as of today, this is the Texas Tech roster for 2025 and 2026. I don't think they're anywhere near done. If I had to guess, they will add at least 2 more players, if not 3. Okay, but I think right now you're in a really solid spot. Right now, as it stands today, Texas Tech has a top 10 roster in college basketball. It may be 8th, 9th, or 10th, but it's in the top 10, in my opinion. And it goes a long way in terms of the guys on the left side of this graphic. Christian Henderson, LeJuan Watts, and JT Toppin. That's a pretty damn good trio, and it helps that you have one of the more athletic bigs in the country as well, and Luke Bamgboye, and then Tyeree Bryan and Donovan Atwell, from the sense of those 2 guys are really good snipers, and they also play elite defense, 85th percentile or higher on synergy when it comes to defense. So they've got some really good pieces. They aren't done adding. We'll see where they go from that perspective moving forward. Now, the other thing that we needed to discuss was Texas Tech did lose a player, and it's official now, as you can see on your screen right there. Federiko Federico has committed to Texas A&M. Yes, it makes you want to throw up in your mouth. Roger, I think, said it best with the comment there on Twitter saying gross. I agree, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. He's going to get to play starter-type minutes down in College Station for Bucky, the new head coach there after Buzz Williams left for Maryland. We saw Buzz there on the screen earlier in the video, but Tobias Bass was one of the first to report it for The Athletic, stating that Federiko Federico will transfer to Texas A&M. This is not shocking. This has been in the works for what felt like multiple weeks now. It was just finally ironing out everything, but Texas Tech, once they added Luke Bamgboye, there was no chance Federiko Federico was coming back into the fold. And in fact, I think Texas Tech upgraded, but shout out to Fetty. He got the role and the bag that he wanted from Texas A&M, and hopefully he can make the most of it in his final year of college eligibility. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. Again, just a quick recap, the name to know in terms of the high school recruiting ranks. It sounds like he is going to be on a visit to Texas Tech soon. That has not been confirmed, but it sounded like from inside Maryland in their tweet that he has at least expressed interest, or those programs have expressed interest, in Ramon Soyoye potentially visiting. He's already visited Maryland, Villanova, and as it stands right now, it sounds like he could be heading to the Lone Star State to visit both Baylor and Texas Tech in sometime in the near future. Also, we looked at the roster here. Texas Tech, in my opinion, they add at least 2 more players, if not 3. But right now, in my opinion, they have a top 10 roster in all of college basketball. And then from last year's roster, moving on into the portal, you have Federiko Federico staying in the Lone Star State and going to play down for Bucky in College Station, and more than likely being the starting center for the Aggies down there in year number 1 of Bucky ball for the A&M Aggies. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend this coming up weekend. Headed into Cinco de Mayo. Please celebrate responsibly. And as always, if you want 100% free Texas Tech content year-round, whether it's on the gridiron, the hardwood, or anything in between, we've got you covered right here on the largest group of Texas Tech fans on YouTube in the Back to 12 podcast channel. I'm RC Maxfield reminding you to stay safe and rep Tech.